So let's discuss first the Indian curriculum. The Indian curriculum refers to the education system that follows in the school and colleges across India. Actually, Indian curriculum, it is a comprehensive and structured curriculum that aims to provide a well-rounded education to students in different subjects. Parang sa atin lang din. The main objective of our curriculum is to develop the students holistically. In Indian system, the education framework is classified into various tiers. So merong mga levels ang Indian educational system. It comprising primary education, secondary education, and higher secondary education. The student typically studied subjects as such as mathematics, science, and social studies inter-primary level. So once they finish their primary level, it will broaden or it will um, add in the subjects of physics, chemistry, biology, history, and geography. So these are the core subjects of Indian curriculum in terms of their education system, and this is the one that they use in developing the students holistically. So let's discuss the students' development. Using the subjects, they also use different kinds of approaches. So unlike into the or like into the Philippine setup, they also use the critical thinking approach. So ito yung mga strategies nila na ginagamit to develop critical thinking. So definitely they enhance on how the students think accordingly and properly, critically, and innovatively. So this is one of their strategies in developing the students. Aside from that, they also provide problem solver students. So they focus into mathematics and different kinds of logical approaches, different kinds of situational questions into their tests, and also they develop communication and collaboration approach in developing their students. So these are the different strategies that they use in coping and in developing the students holistically. So let's proceed to the advantage and disadvantages of the curriculum in the Indian curriculum system. So let's discuss the 5 advantages of Indian curriculum. The first advantage of Indian curriculum is the Indian curriculum is strong in academic foundation. So once we said academic foundation, it places a strong emphasis on academic excellence. They believes into the um, importance of academic excellence in their curriculum, with a focus on core subjects like mathematics, science, and languages. So these are the core subjects that they want to develop into their students. Using these subjects, this helps the students to develop a strong foundation in the subjects, which is essential in pursuing higher studies in careers and in related fields. So therefore, they believe that these subjects can develop the students that they can use into their career development in the near future. So that is the first advantage of the Indian curriculum. The second advantage of Indian curriculum is it is holistic in development. So in Indian curriculum, it also includes co-curricular activities or extracurricular activities like music, sports, arts, which helps the students to develop a range of skills and interests. So therefore, hindi lang sila nakafocus academically. They also focus into the talents and skills of the students. Using these skills, it helps in their overall development and prepares them for the life beyond academics. So, binibigyan nila ng importansya yung mga talents ng kanilang mga estudyante using holistic approach para din sa Pilipinas. So dito na de-develop yung theory ni Howard Gardner na multiple intelligence because they believe that the education is not bounded into the four corners of the classroom. They should develop themselves rather, with accordance to their skills and talents. The third one is they focus on moral education. Morality-wise, the Indian curriculum places strong emphasis on moral education and character building. They believe into the importance of this aspect among their students. They teach their students with honesty, respect, and compassion, which help them to become responsible citizens and leaders in the communities. So they believe into the morality and teaching of their cultures and tradition as a nation. So napaka-importante sa kanila ng valuing and yung character building in terms of education system. Parang dito sa Pilipinas din, 'di ba? Sabi nga nila, uh, one of the greatest thing that we can provide is our discipline and morality. The fourth advantage of the Indian curriculum is their curriculum is very career oriented. The Indian curriculum is designed to prepare the students for higher educational and careers. This means that the students are exposed to a range of career options and encouraged to pursue ones aligned with their interests and strengths. So they develop their students in terms of career-oriented programs. So they see to it that they will guide their students in accordance to their skills and ability as an individual. So last but not the least is the Indian curriculum is relatively affordable compared to other education system. So mas mura ang education system sa India compared into different countries. Ito yung naging advantage ng India compared sa England na mas mura nga yung kanilang education system if we will compare diplomatic practices in terms of England po. This makes it accessible to a large section of population, including those low income. So kahit mahirap sa kanila is they can afford education in terms of their academic freedom po. So let's continue into the disadvantage of Indian curriculum. So the Indian curriculum also signifies different disadvantages. Wala namang perfect na curriculum. Even the curriculum of the Philippines, merong mga Waterloo or mga lapses. So let's discuss the first disadvantage of Indian curriculum. So the first one is it focuses on rote learning. Once we said rote learning, um, it emphasizes more on memorization. So one of the main criticism of Indian curriculum is that it places too much emphasis into the memorization of the theories. Medyo theoretical kasi ang Indian curriculum. Students are often taught to memorize informations without understanding its application into the real world. So therefore, minsan nane-neglect nila yung lifelong learning because they are focused into the memorization of the concept. This hindered their ability to think critically and creatively. So, ayun yung isang disadvantage ng Indian curriculum. The second one is lack on practical skills. So, this is related into the first disadvantage. The Indian curriculum is often criticized for its lack of emphasis in practical skills. While students are taught theoretical concepts, so as I mentioned a while ago, more on theory sila, they may not have um enough opportunities to apply this concept in real world situation. This can make difficult for them to transition to the workforce. So yun yung isang lapses ng Indian curriculum. So related yung first and second disadvantages of Indian curriculum. The third disadvantages is the Indian curriculum is relatively compared to educational system. So very limited yung flexibility nila. Students may not have enough options to tailor their education, their individual interests, career, and aspirations. So therefore, limited lang yung kanilang mga choices of courses since they have lack of infrastructures, they are lacking of budgets, limited lang din yung ino-offer ng mga universities and colleges nila. So, ayun yung pangatlong disadvantages. The fourth disadvantages is over emphasis on exams. The Indian curriculum exams-driven approach can be stressful for the students. Kasi nga, it's more on memorization, therefore, more on exams din sila. They focuses on the exams that may encourage the culture on route learning rather than focus on the deeper learning or understanding or in a practical way. So, yun yung nagiging disadvantages ng kanilang curriculum. And last but not the least is the language barriers. So, the Indian curriculum is often taught in English, but on the other hand, this can be barrier for the students because they are not fluent in English language. So therefore, specifically, once they compete globally, meron silang accent na nagiging language barrier din in terms of communication. This can limit the access into the educational opportunities for non-native speakers of English. Kasi nga po, mahihirapan silang makapag-communicate and mahihirapan silang makapag-express ng ideas if they are not non-native speakers of English language. So to continue my discussion, let's discuss the British curriculum. So the British curriculum is a comprehensive education system that is widely used in school and university across the United Kingdom and many other countries, to be particular, around the world. It is based on structured and progressive framework that aims to provide students with well-rounded education and develop their skills, knowledge, and understanding across a range of subject and discipline. So definitely, mostly, the aim of Indian and England curriculum is the same. But on the other hand, nagkakaroon lang sila ng different approaches. The British curriculum is well structured in terms of education system that is divided into different stage. So nandyan po yung mga stages natin. So the early stage, foundation stage is yung 3 to 5 stage natin. Yan yung stage 1 ng curriculum nila. So in this stage, once na yung bata ay 3 to 5 years old, they focuses into the development in the physical aspect, social, and emotional, together with the cognitive skills through play-based learning activities. So mostly ito yung mga nursery na more on laro sila, but definitely they found different kind of concept by means of interacting with their colleagues or with their playmates. So ayun po yung ating stage 1, yung 3 to 5 po. The second stage is the primary education, which is from 5 to 11 years old. In this stage, it covers the core subjects of their curriculum. So ano ba yung core subjects nila? Math, science, English, yun po yung core subjects nila. And they also include the art, music, and physical education for their co-curricular activities. So parang din yung Indian curriculum na meron din silang multiple intelligence. They want to develop this theory. And for the third stage, this is from 11 to 16 years old. It includes the elective subjects. So medyo dito na rin papasok yung na-mention natin sa Indian curriculum na medyo it broaden the science core subject, the physics, chemistry, biology, so on and so forth. Nagkakaroon din sila ng mga electives sa math like geometry, statistics, so on and so forth. And last but not the least is the stage 4, which is the advanced level. Ito na yung it prepares the students for higher and careers po. So ayan po yung kanilang curriculum in England po. So let's continue the advantage and disadvantages of England curriculum. So the first advantage of England curriculum is a strong foundation in core subject. So ano nga ba yung core subject? English, math, and science. So the British curriculum places a strong emphasis on core subjects that I mentioned a while ago. So the purpose of this is they want to have a solid foundations in terms of their students, which is essential for further education and success in many profession. Kasi dun umiikot yung core profession din natin sa English, Math, and Science po. So, dun din na sila nagpo-focus into those subjects. So, that is the first advantage of England curriculum. The second one is the England curriculum, they want to develop the critical thinking of the students. The British curriculum places a great deal of importance on developing critical skills among the students. They encourage to analyze, evaluate, and interpret informations which help them to become independent and a problem solvers. So ito yung kinagandahan ng curriculum ng England na medyo wala doon sa, or kung meron man, mas advanced ang England curriculum compare sa Indian curriculum. So yon, they provide critical thinkers students. And the third is encourage creative and innovations. So the British curriculum also encourage creativity among the students and innovation among their pupils. Students are given opportunities to express themselves through arts, music, dramas, and creative subjects. So they also encourage to think outside, beyond the box, or outside the box rather, and come up to innovative solutions to problems. So definitely they use different approaches into the development of their skills as a students. That is the third advantage of England curriculum. For the fourth advantage, it emphasizes on personal development. So, ito medyo yung lacking of doon sa Indian curriculum. Ito yung kulang sa Indian curriculum if we will compare dito sa England curriculum. In addition to academic subject, the British curriculum places a great deal of importance on personal development. So they believe that important life skills such as communication, teamwork, and leadership is very important into the development of their students. They also encourage their students to develop their own interests and talents. So aside from the core subjects, they also focus into those aspect of life. And the last advantage of England curriculum is they prepare for international education. So they prepare their students globally, compete, compete globally. So the British curriculum is recognized and respected around the world because of their high standards. Students who studies under their curriculum are well prepared for further education in the university and into the other countries, or compared to the other countries. They are also well equipped in the succeed of global economy. So ito yung advantages ng England curriculum. So let's proceed to the disadvantages of England curriculum. Um as I mentioned a while ago, there's no perfect curriculum. So let's discuss their disadvantages. The first disadvantage of England curriculum is heavy emphasis on academic achievement. The British curriculum places a heavy emphasis on academic achievement, which leads to a high pressure environment for the students. So medyo pressured yung mga students dito since yung standards din ng England curriculum is mataas. This can be particularly challenging for the students who may not excel traditional academic subjects. So ayun yung isa sa disadvantages nila na nagiging bombarded yung mga students in terms of academic achievement. The second one is the England curriculum is limited in flexibility. The British curriculum is very structured, as I mentioned a while ago, and may not allow them to become more flexible in terms of course offering in teaching methods. So therefore, this can be limiting to teachers who wants to use different approach for help for the students. Kasi nga limited lang yung very structured nga. So since very structured, naging limit lang yung approaches ng mga teachers. So the third one is lack of inclusivity. While the British curriculum does not place a great deal of importance in inclusive and diversity, nagkakaroon sila ng discrimination in terms of their curriculum na yun yung sad part. Proud to say na sa atin, dinedevelop na ang inclusive learning dito sa Pilipinas. So, some critics argue actually that the curriculum may be adequate in representing experiences into the culture barriers of the students. Yun, medyo nagiging problema sa kanila yung culture background ng isa't isa. At nagkakaroon ng discrimination. Yun yung isa sa disadvantages ng England curriculum. The fourth disadvantages is it focuses into the traditional subjects. While the British curriculum does not include subjects like music and arts, some educators argues that it places too much emphasis into the academic subjects. So nakafocus sila dun sa English, math, and science. This may not provide opportunities for students to explore their interests in other areas. Although in some institution focus nag-o-offer naman sila nung mga subjects ng arts, music, and other skills and talents po. And the fifth is limited culture's perspective. The British curriculum is primarily based on British perspective. It may not have relevant applicable to students from other countries. So, yun nga, kasi nga, meron silang hindi inclusive yung kanilang education. Definitely, iba din yung kultura nila sa education approaches compared to the other countries. Kaya medyo nahihirapan silang mag-adjust globally for in accordance to the culture and tradition po. So that is the comparison between England and Indian curriculum. So let's broaden the comparison between the two countries in terms of academic and education system. So for the qualification of teachers, both of them, for the teachers to be able to teach, in India, private and college have well qualified teachers. Ganun din sa England. They need to have a degree or the teachers must be a degree holder for them to teach. So this is a qualification for the teachers. Kasi nga ito yung isang what they call this one, eligibility. They encourage and expected to devise a creative ways to teachers for the students to become more effective in terms of teaching and learning process po. So that is the qualification for teachers. In general, if we will compare and contrast the education system of India and England, in India, they focuses in theories, and on the other hand, in um, England, they focus on the hands-on. So therefore, medyo lamang yung England dito because they provide lifelong learner students compared sa India that more on memorization and focuses into the concept. So yun yung medyo advantage ng ng England curriculum. For the grading system, sa India, teaching and the skills needs to succeed in exam. Kasi nga, more on memorization sila. So, ayun yung isa sa mahirap sa Indian, more on concept sila. On the other hand, sa England naman is more on projects, research, and presentation. So, um, binibigyan ng chances yung mga bata to explore with accordance to their skills at dito sila ginigradean accordingly dun sa kanilang mga projects, research, and presentation. So, nade-develop yung self-initiative ng mga bata in terms of England curriculum. Not or unlike sa Indian curriculum na more on memorization and concept. In terms of technology, sa India, they do not have the central components to support good quality education. Since their lack of budgets, kulang din yung kanilang infrastructures in terms of technology. Medyo lamang ang England curriculum dito. The UK institutes use advanced technologies to offer students development. Alam naman natin na ang England ay mayaman at first world country sila. So therefore, meron silang resources for their technologies. So mas advanced yung mga students ng England compare sa India because of their technology. So yun po yun. And in terms of world-class university naman po, India for its part also has some top-notch or top-rank universities in the world. But definitely, mas advanced pa rin ang England because the UK is one of the most economically strongest countries in the world. So madami tayong universities na kilala na talagang masasabi nating globally competitive na they provide students na holistically and innovatively equipped dito sa England. So, yun po, mas lamang pa rin po ang UK in terms of world-class university. Pero meron din naman tayong mga world-class universities sa India po. In terms of course duration, sa India, they focus into the medicine in the engineering subjects. And in terms of sa England naman, they focus mas marami yung courses na nai-offer ng England. So, limited lang sa India ang courses but definitely sa England, mas madaming choice of courses ang ino-offer ng England curriculum compare sa Indian curriculum po. And mas mabilis ang England curriculum, they can finish their postgraduate in 1 to 2 years sa England. On the other hand, sa India, they can finish from 2 to 3 years sa India naman po. So, mas mabilis ang course or degree duration sa England compared sa India po. In terms of flexibility, sa India, students in India University can choose from limited numbers of subjects as I mentioned a while ago. So definitely, since konti lang yung courses nila, napipilitan yung ibang students na kung ano lang yung meron, yun lang yung kukunin nilang courses. On the other hand, sa England is much broad yung choices of courses nila sa England po. So therefore, they caters different talents, skills, with accordance to the courses sa England po. So most of the time, the college or teachers choose the subjects based on the ability of the teachers, faculties doon sa England. So, sa India rather. So kung ano lang yung kayang i-offer sa India, yun lang yon. Compare sa England, mas madami silang kayang i-offer. In terms of admission, both countries has examination to evaluate the candidates. On the other hand, sa India lang is nagkakaroon tayo ng discrimination in terms of religion and income. Sa India. Sa England, wala naman tayong problema. So, yun po. Medyo parehas sila na meron lagi silang mga examinations which is very common din naman po sa lahat ng education system. The examination is an assessment for the students to be eligible for the university po. In terms of job opportunities, less ranked universities and colleges find offerings their students placement or professional opportunities difficult in terms of India. So limited lang din yung mga nandun sa India. Compare sa UK or sa England, students are encouraged to work while studying. So ayan po yung kanilang job opportunities. In terms of the two curriculum. Students in UK encouraged to work while studying, which is not common practice into Indian curriculum. So therefore, nakafocus ang Indian curriculum na pag-aral, mostly aral lang sila. Sa England, hindi po.